We now come to the anointing for the one who is preparing to go to the other side. I have used the term other side because that is what is commonly said when someone is coming to the end of their earth life. I myself prefer to say disincarnating. While we're here, we say we have incarnated. Now we are leaving carnation and going into a different body, which is just as real and as much more wonderful than our earth body, no matter how attractive that body might appear. This anointing is one that I used when my own mother was terminally ill. She did not appear to be conscious, but psychically I knew she was aware of my words and was resting in total security. As I was giving the blessing, the little cubicle in which she was in was illuminated with light. That was real light, the kind you see with your physical eyes, but the feeling was one of great joy. Her little cubicle was partitioned off with white curtains. The light spilled out from under those drapes and into the larger room. I was not the only one to see this. My husband and 2 friends also saw it and felt the incredible joy. As I gave the blessing, she slipped away from her physical body and was absorbed by that divine light. We were so happy we were laughing and hugging each other, for heaven's doors had opened and let us experience a little of the joy of the light. Years later, when my husband was facing a terminal illness, he called me to come and help him die as I had my mother. No matter what experiences you may have with the light, it will always be wonderful, for you are indeed part of the glory. This ceremony is not a tool to wash away past mistakes or transport the person who is being anointed to a golden throne or anything like that. It is something to open them, to relax them, to make them aware of the irresistible, the completely beautiful light, life, and love which they are part. You will need oil. I use olive oil. If possible, I put a tiny bit of myrrh in the oil. Myrrh signifies death, birth, incarnation, disincarnation. You bless the oil exactly as you would for any anointing. If you have no oil, simply use your fingertips. If you have oil, though, that is what you would use. Before you start, place your fingertips together for a moment. Bow your head and ask your hands to be blessed and your fingers empowered to anoint. When you are ready, say a few loving words to the patient, even if they appear to be in a coma. They will probably hear them. Tell them what you're doing, and what you're doing will strengthen them and free them, and is being done because they are loved. You don't have to use these exact words, of course. I just want to give you an idea of what you can say. And dip your fingers in oil if you have it. If not, simply touch the patient with your fingers. And the anointing is always done with the 2nd and 3rd fingers. Anoint the crown chakra and say, in the name of the totality, this center is connected to the living light, so that your flesh body be filled and consecrated with the light of which you are a part. Anoint the 3rd eye chakra and say, in the name of the totality, this center is connected with the living light, so that your spiritual eyes may be open to see the light in all its beauty. Anoint the throat chakra and say, in the name of the totality, this center is connected to the living light, so that your emotions may be purified and freed from all earthly desires. Anoint the heart chakra and say, in the name of the totality, this center is connected to the living light, so that throughout time and eternity you may be aware of the boundless love which you are given now and forever. Anoint the solar chakra and say, in the name of the totality, this center is connected to the living light. Here at the center of your being, your life forces are freed from earth's restraints so that you may truly live. Anoint the spinal chakra and say, in the name of the totality, this center is connected to the living light so that the bonds of your earthly desires are loosened and placed in the hands of everlasting love. Anoint the crown chakra again and leave it open and say, in the name of the totality, this center is connected to the living light so that it may be a portal to the fullness of life and freedom which is your inheritance. Raise your hands and hold them over the person who has been anointed and say, all flesh bonds are now loosened. You are set free from all earthly chains and bonds. You are free to go. You are free to stay. Nothing holds you back. You are free, completely free in the light, as you have always been. You are free in the light of which you are a part, The light is in you. The light is all around you. The light of which you are a part. You are light, you are life, you are love, eternally as you have always been. Fear not, O shining soul. This is freedom. This is joy. This is the true reality. You are blessed, you are blessed, you are blessed. Farewell and welcome, welcome, welcome. Ave, vade, ave. Ave, ave. Nishantu ni Dedon. Nidan, nidan. I gave you these final words in 3 languages, English, Latin, and Atlan. Atlan was the language used in Atlantis. I did this in English first because I wanted everyone to understand perfectly what was being said. I did it in Latin because it's such a grand expression of what is meant by triumphs and the joy. And I did it in Atlan because I have done it so many times before in Atlantis, and the Atlan language says something which, at least I think, does not quite have the same meaning in any other language, for it infers the return of the physical body to the light of Lady Earth, and also the wonderful joining of the individual spirit light to the complete and perfect light of the totality. Even the Atlan words lack the long way of really expressing it. I guess the important thing in any language is to try to put it into words. The true expression comes in other ways. What is that expression? When you use this anointing, you'll find out the true expression is the love you have as you send the precious soul on its way.